Here in Bruton, Alabama, football just means more, just like they say in the SEC. We're here tonight with Coach Brent Hubbert and the T.R. Miller Tigers. This is South Alabama Sports Tiger Talk. And we are back here on South Alabama Sports Tiger Talk with the Coach Brent Hubbert and the T.R. Miller Tigers. Coach, how are you doing tonight?
We're great. Just getting over finishing up June workouts. Going to take a little vacation and come back ready to go in July.
So Andrew and I, we're both T.R. Miller alumni. So viewers, if you don't like the Tigers, this might not be the night to watch it, because we're going to support our Tigers and we're going to give them the exposure they need tonight. So, Coach, take us through your June workouts. Tell us what you have coming back for next season and how June went for you guys.
Well, June, the kids here show up to work out, and they've done a great job of that the entire summer or entire month of June. We had a day of competition yesterday with Grove Hill. Defending 2A state champs. We went for about 2.5 hours with Coach Luker and his bunch. It was good work for us. We got a lot of kids in. Right now we're dressing around 70 kids. That's 9 through 12. We're excited about them. We graduated a big senior class, and we return a big senior class. One thing that we always talk about is quantity versus quality. We definitely take quality over quantity at any time. And we feel like with 18 seniors, I think it's 18, we've got quality and we've got quantity. We got some guys that are going to have to step up that hadn't been depended on in various situations. They're going to have to step up and make a lot of plays for us.
So I believe Andrew has a question for you.
Come on.
I was over here sharing all this stuff. So, Coach, coming into T.R. Miller, you came from Maplesville, where tradition was obviously a big deal. So coming to T.R. Miller, everybody knew that, you're going to be the great fit for him. You come in your first year, take T.R. Miller to the semifinals at Mobile Christian. Nobody thought it was going to happen, but your team hit a turnaround at that point. Last year, things ended, kind of abruptly in the playoffs. Take us through, last year, the mentality your team has coming in this year. What kind of last year taught them a little bit, because you're returning a lot of seniors to this group.
We do. I don't know. Last year, 10-3, we did a lot of great things, but we kind of erase those things when we get to December and January. We meet immediately following each year, and we talk about, okay, what did we do this year? What did we not do that kept us from reaching our ultimate goal, and which is a state championship? There's a very few places in the state of Alabama that when you start lifting weights, or for us now, we never stop lifting weights. But when you start fall practice, there's very few places in the state of Alabama that you say, hey, our goal is a state championship. And that's at T.R. Miller is one of them. And, we got that same goal this year. Now, we know each time we can look at our guys. We can look at what we have returning. And, hey, the task may be tougher at times, but the resiliency of the kids never changes. The heart of a kid never changes. In a place that has strong tradition.
And we had Coach Flo on from Jackson the other night. Not sure if you saw it, but I know DJ Fountain did. I don't see him out there, but he talked about DJ and also talked about, T.R. Miller, just the battles y'all have had in recent years, playing them in non-region games. But now you've had Jackson to the region again. And I grew up around T.R. Miller football since I could walk. I attended the state championship. When I was born in June, I was there in December or November watching the state championship. So I know the battles that T.R. Miller and Jackson have had. But now it's a little bit more personal. You add them to your region, and now it's a battle to where, maybe if you don't beat them, you don't make the playoffs, or it's a battle for a 1 seed to win the region. So taking that, the games you played in the last few years against Jackson, how does that help you this year preparing for region play against them?
Yeah, we're a whole different team. They're a whole different team. Doesn't help us a whole lot. I mean, it's Jackson, it's T.R. Miller. That's week 4 for us right now. Evergreen's a big rivalry. We're trying to prepare for Hillcrest week 1. We're actually preparing T.R. Miller right now. So an opponent's the least of our worries right now. We got to prepare ourselves at this time of the year.
So I think Andrew has a graphic up of the big accomplishment that you all accomplished last season. I'm going to see if he can bring it up. And then there it is, the first team in the state of Alabama to reach 700 wins. Coach, just talk about how big of a milestone that is to accomplish and how that motivated your guys last year and even can motivate them this season as well.
Well, we've already talked about it just a little bit, but when these guys walk in this field house or they walk to that stadium, they're wearing this black or the red or the white, the traditional colors, and they walk into that stadium, they know what they're representing, they know who they're representing, and, it's kind of special for them. And we tried to make it, we didn't know when we would reach that milestone. We would hope that we did it in the first game. We hope we did it in the second game. It just didn't happen that way. And so we're playing Cottage Hill, and it was the first home game of the season. And we had a lot. It was pretty cool to have a lot of returning players, coaches. Coach Riggs came in, did a pregame talk. And I thought that was really special for the kids to see. And when we came off of the field, they had a lot of these guys hanging around their lockers and standing around the locker room. They talked to them. We let them, say whatever they want to say, talk with them and tell them how special it was. And, it's an honor just to be, for me, being an outsider, obviously, but growing up a coach's son, I know the history of football in the state of Alabama. I know who Fayette County is. I know how good they are. And these other coaches on this staff do that. They know that too. But it was a chance for us to teach a little bit of football history to our guys as we try to attain the accomplishment.
So just so, like you said, you said it perfectly. You were an outsider coming in here. You took the T.R. Miller job. Just talk about how well the Brent community has reacted since you've been here, from fan support. I remember your first year here, and when the Tigers made it to the semifinals, droves of people went to Brundage, Alabama. Droves went to Montgomery, Alabama. Droves went to Flomaton, and droves went to Mobile to see you in the semifinal. Just talk about the community support and how much that has helped you in your program.
Well, you got to have the community support. When you're a 3A, 4A small school, below that, everything revolves around the school. And that's what makes the small town football, the small town community so special. And, I wouldn't want to be in any other place than a small town that supports the school and everything that goes on here.
And I see you have this group behind you. If you don't mind, let's introduce some of these guys sitting there behind you.
All right, I'm going to try to without looking back. So, Brooks Hart, throw your hand up. We got Brooks. Brooks he's working at some quarterback. He's more valuable in a lot of the athletic positions for us. And he is a returning starter in the secondary. Sam Kelly. Sam Kelly is also a returning starter on both sides of the ball. All these guys are seniors. These are 10 of our 18. DJ told me he wanted me to postpone it so he could be here, but he is actually working. Now, I don't know how much work's involved, but DJ is one of our running backs, and but he is in Tuscaloosa moving somebody, he says. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Next, we got Cole Kelly. Cole did a lot of reserve stuff for us last year. First sub in. He is going to be dependent on a lot in some starting roles this year for us. Plays some linebacker and plays on the offensive line. We got Dustin Godwin. Dustin also has a chance to be a starter for us on both sides of the offensive and defensive line. We got Bodie Hardy. Bodie is a return starter on the defensive line and also on the offensive line. Played some tight end, may play some tight end again, may move into the inside. Landon Barrentine. Landon's also an inside linebacker and will work some at some tight end. We got Adam White. Adam, we're waiting right now for Adam tore his knee up last year. If people remember, pretty gruesome injury. He's probably worked harder than anybody we got right now trying to beat him back out on the field. When we get done with our workouts in the morning, I may be sitting in the office and he comes back in for a second workout. I saw him out on the field the other day with his helmet on, doing some linebacker drills on his own, trying to speed up the recovery. So we look forward to getting him back out on the field. And then Brother Peace is also a return guy that plays he plays our outside receiver slot. And then in the back, we got Coach Carpenter. Coach Carpenter coaches the D-line. We got Coach Maddox, coaches outside linebackers. We got Coach Lambert. Coach Lambert's here. Coach Lambert's our defense coordinator, and we got Coach Shell right here. And Coach Shell, he makes sure we run everything correctly on offense, all right? Because we'll get all shook up over there. So that's the group that's in here tonight. They're excited. I asked them to come in. We had a great day today, and they know we're going to finish up. And they're, some of them can talk, some of them are scared. So just have to be careful on them.
And I hope them coaches can hear me back there. I can't be hiding the whole time. We're going to call y'all out one by one, so y'all got to get ready too.
Oh, they're ready.
Yeah, Coach Carpenter's the main one back there. I see him. He's ducking his head behind brother.
So, I just wanted to, just let's start interviewing the players. Coach, you just send them to us one by one, and then we'll make a round to your assistant coaches and come back to you to end it.
All right, we'll do this. We'll start with Dustin. Is he on? Is he up there?
He's up there.
Oh, hey, I'll make it even better for him. There you go. But Dustin, I'll start the questions. And I'll let Michael take over after this. But obviously, you're one of the outsiders coming in, kind of like Coach Hubbert. You spent most of your life at WS Neal. I know your brother; he was a heck of an athlete there. But now you're coming to TR Miller, playing for Coach Hubbert. How much of a change was it to you coming from WS Neal to TR Miller?
Well, from Coach Williams to Coach Hubbert, there was a lot more working out, a lot more coaches involved than at Neal. I mean, they wasn't really in the weight room like they are here. I mean, every single one's in the weight room. They care more about you here, and it's just more of a community. And when you get to a Tiger walk, that was just something new. Like all the fans are there when you're walking through. It feels special. At Neal, I mean, we run out of a tunnel, but like nobody's there standing for us. It just feels special. It's just different all around.
So, what is one of your goals that you would like to accomplish this season?
Just to get on the field and do my part. Just do the best I can. Whatever helps the team the best to get to state.
And last question here for you. So, what is one team goal that you would like to see your team achieve this year?
Unity. Just staying together throughout the whole team. Have good leaders in the senior group, and hopefully go to state, get the ring.
Thank you. All right, Coach. We'll go to the next one. That's Cole Kelly. That's Cole Kelly right there. Everybody knows Cole Kelly.
I'm not a good cameraman. There we go.
Well, Cole, you are a two-sport athlete. Correct me if I'm wrong. You play baseball and football. So, Cole, what does baseball teach you what does baseball teach you and helps you with during football season? Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
I feel like baseball, along with football, both obviously are team sports, but baseball teaches a lot of discipline. But not only you have to work on your own in baseball to get better, but you got to work together as a team. You got to know what you're doing, and you got to spend a lot of time, hitting off the tee and stuff like that. Stuff, individual drills that are going to help you, and you have to keep practicing it because that's the only way you're going to get better.
And Cole, coming into this season, obviously you had a big part. I got to watch you a lot last year on the field. But what is one thing you've, in your mind, focused to improve on coming into this season?
For me, I kind of want to work on my speed. I've been slower in the past, and I've had to transfer from defensive line to linebacker. So I think a lot for me is working on my speed so I can get quicker.
And like I asked Dustin, what is one goal for yourself that you want to achieve this year, and also a team goal that you want to achieve?
For me, I just want to get on the field and help my team in any way possible. I want to be somebody who you can rely on, and somebody that's going to help the team as a whole. And as a team, I mean, we want to win out. Obviously, we're working hard right now, and we want to get a ring.
Michael?
All right, Cole, thank you. Sam Kelly is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Sam Kelly. Well, Sam, just tell us and all the viewers watching, when you go out on the field for baseball or football, and football in this situation, seeing all the fans in the stands, how does that make you feel as a player?
I don't know. It's just like when I'm not under the lights playing for someone, it feels kind of weird. Like I just like the crowd, how they all cheer TR Miller on, and how everyone comes together to support the Tigers.
And Sam, you've been on this program for a long time as well. I remember you when you were in Little League and coming up. and you've always been one heck of a competitor. Watching you on the diamond and translate to the football field last year, and obviously you're kind of, I won't say new to the game of football, but what is one thing you've been trying to improve on as you come into this year?
I feel like being more of a leader for my team. I've always been kind of quiet, and I just want to bring my team together behind me and help us win every game that we play.
And who is one person that if you're struggling, there's dog days at practice all the time. So, during practices that aren't really so much fun and, people are going through the motions, who's one guy that you can count on to always come up behind you and pick you up and try to hype up the practice?
If it's not one of the coaches yelling at me, it's probably it's probably Brooks. He was my safety partner last year. He'd always pick me up if something went down.
Sam, thank you so much.
Speaking of that safety partner, there we go.
There he is.
Well, Brooks, thank you for joining us tonight. We're looking forward to see all of you guys play this season. Well, Brooks, just tell us, like I asked your first teammate, what is the goal you look to accomplish this season on the field?
Personally, I'd like to have more discipline. Safety's a big role. You're the last line of defense back there, so I'd like to have better reads, and just not get beat deep.
And Brooks, I saw you also playing baseball. I mean, I've watched Tim play baseball for a long time. You're one of those guys that has a lot of speed. You might be one of those smaller guys, but you have a lot of pop in your bat, a lot of power on the field, and obviously, a lot of agility. And coming into this season, what is one thing you've been trying to work on to make yourself better for your team?
I'm like Cole, trying to get a little bit more speed. It's always an advantage in any sports you play, getting up and down. And, footwork's big on that. And Coach Hubb's got us doing a lot of that.
And who are some of the guys that you've seen at practice busting their butt? And who are some of the guys you think will be one of those top players this year on your team?
That's hard. We got a lot of great guys this year. Everybody's fighting for a spot to get on the field. Just hard to pick just one.
I thought I'd be able to trick you with that one, but that was a good one. Coach Hubbert taught you well on that.
Thank you, Brooks. Brother Peace, I'm giving you the hardest question of the night. So be careful when you answer this. If you had to choose one coach to call on, who would it be?
One coach to call on?
Yes.
Coach Shell.
And why Coach Shell?
Well, me and Coach Shell had a relationship a long time. He lives by me. We're always at the farm together, having a good time, just chilling out, and to go to for me all the time.
And brother, I kind of asked every player this, so maybe it'll be probably easy for you now. But what is one thing you've been trying to work on this year to make yourself better for the team, and also one goal that you have for yourself?
Well, I just want to be reliable for my team, just be there when they need me, and just, I don't know, just like they said, pick up speed, work on my routes, just try to get open, just be there for them, get open.
And what are some of the fundamentals at your position that you've been trying to get better at this summer and coming into this fall?
I've been trying to work on my footwork, get off the line easier, so just mainly footwork, just speed, footwork, just all that.
And brother, again, we thank you for being on and talking to us tonight.
Yes, sir.
So that's Adam White right there. Adam White can tell you that I am one of the best former managers in TR history. I'm pretty sure. Besides Zeke, of course. But Adam, this question, your dad was a coach at TR Miller. He still helps on the sidelines. And now you're a senior at TR Miller High School. So what does it mean to you knowing that your dad has a legacy there as a coach? And what does it mean to you to leave a legacy as a player at TR Miller High School?
It means a lot to me. My dad's somebody I look up to. And just with him being a coach, the way he raised me, it just kind of, I guess, the way he coached, he raised me right. And was hard on me. He's tough on me, like he was his players, but it definitely paid off for me. And, I'd like to leave a legacy like his here one day.
And Adam, you're kind of like me a little bit. You've been around TR Miller since you could walk. You've been on the sidelines with your dad, been to all the games, and obviously you're coming into your last year at TR Miller. What does that mean to you as, your final year? This can be, obviously your final time putting on a TR Miller football uniform.
I'm not looking forward to taking off for the last time, but back when I was a kid, I used to, dream about being a TR Miller football player, and just to be able to play for this team is it's honestly a dream come true, and I love it, and every second of it I enjoy it.
And I'm going to ask you something different. Hopefully you can embarrass Coach Hubbert a little bit. What is one of the key things that you're going to miss about Coach Hubbert after you graduate?
Keep it clean.
That was a good one right there. I like that question.
I don't really know. I don't know. There's a lot. Yeah, he does make some pretty good jokes. It's kind of scary sometimes. You don't know if he's serious or not. So like you don't know when to laugh. He might blow up on you. But I will miss his jokes. He's got some good ones.
And Adam, before we let you go, final question: what is the main goal that you want to see your team achieve this year?
I want to see us, come together as a team, be a brotherhood, and just play together no matter what, and give our all for each other, and just ultimately, lead to deep in the playoffs, state championship run.
Adam, it was good to have you on as well. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Now that's Landon Barentine. If you don't know, viewers, Landon Barentine drives one of the best cars in the city of Brent. It's just awesome. So, Landon, what do you look forward to accomplishing this season on the field?
Obviously, every football team wants to win a state championship, but one thing that I really look forward to doing is proving, all the people doubting us wrong. I mean, there's a lot of talk, we don't have the talent. We're not going to, carry the legacy on. And, I'm just ready to prove everybody wrong. I mean, we got a lot of talent still. And we got some people that need to step up, me being one of them. And I think we can do it. I think we hold everything it takes to, be great still.
And Landon, we all have parents that support us strongly. And one of you and your dad is one of the most vocal people I've ever met. He's going to tell you straight up if you're doing bad, if you're doing good. He's one of those T.R. Miller guys. What has he meant to you growing up, your senior season? What would you like to tell him?
Oh, my dad, he's my rock. I love him to death. He's always pushed me to, be the best I can. Every day I come home, he asks me how my day was, how practice was, what's something that I could work on to, do better. But it means a lot that, I have him in my life. And, he's great.
And what is one of the things that you've been trying to get better at? Obviously this summer and heading into this fall, what's one thing that you really want to, at the end of this year, say, I did all I can to get better at this spot?
Obviously, like everybody else said, speed and stamina. But one thing that's kind of uncommon, I'd probably say watching film, because you can learn a lot from watching film. And these coaches put a lot of time and effort into not just posting it and getting it from different angles, but annotating it. And, Coach Lambert is a big part of my role. Every single defensive play, you come out of a practice and every single defensive play is annotated. He's got a note on there. Even if the play is perfect, there's always something he's got on there that'll show what you can do better. And it helps a lot. And I want to devote my time into watching more film and, putting back into it what they're putting in for me.
What you got, Michael?
Oh, that's all for me. Thank you, Landon. That's Brody, last name Hardy. Brody, what do you think about this coaching staff you have here at T.R. Miller High School?
Michael, it's Bodie, not Brody.
I said. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry.
What was the question?
Oh, the question was, so what do you think about this coaching staff you have at T.R. Miller?
I love them. They push us to where we need to be. They're there for us no matter what. And they're really the heart of this team.
And Bodie, I'm going to ask you a question on here. It's going to be kind of a fun question. Do you plan on bringing back your mullet this football season?
I don't. The hair's growing too slow. Just can't do it.
Bro, if y'all don't know, if y'all could find pictures, Bodie had probably the best hairstyle on the football team last year with his mullet. And I got to say, by far.
Excluding Coach Walker.
Yeah, excluding Coach Walker. If I say that, he might get on here and try to bash me for that. Sorry, Coach Walker. But Bodie, what is one of the things that this summer you've been trying to focus on, really to make yourself more valuable for this team heading into your final years as TR Miller Tiger?
Really my explosiveness and my hands coming off the D-line. Just I need to get more disciplined and explosive.
And what is one team goal besides the state championship that you'd like to see your team achieve this year?
I just, like everybody else said, want us to come together, push through everything, just be one.
And obviously, you've had some changes this year. Obviously, Coach Harris moving on. But just as far as adapting, how is really your team, just adapting to the changes going on? Hadn't really let it affect them that much.
It hasn't really affected us that much. We're definitely just working around it, doing everything we can just to get better.
Coach Hubbert, I don't know what you've done, but this group so far, they are the best bunch we've had on here. If I know Bubba Butts is watching from Jackson, but it's one of the best we've had. They're humble, and like I said, they're all for the team, and it really just makes me proud listening to them.
Yeah, I get emotional. They know I get emotional, and some of the answers are some of the stuff that we talk about, and it's pretty impressive.
Well,
Coach,
that would not.
I got these guys right here. Y'all want to ask these guys some questions?
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, we can't let them sit there and be quiet the whole time. They're probably hoping, I don't want to talk.
Look, I got two questions for Coach Shell right there. Coach Shell, as an Auburn fan, it's a struggle sometimes. So
No doubt.
I need you to give me a prediction for the Auburn Tigers this season in football. That's question one.
We got 12 games. I'm gonna say 7-5.
Okay, because I was leaning towards the Birmingham Bowl again, but you just never know. You just never know. But Coach Shell, you have some great offensive guys on the field for Tier-Mullen High School. What do they mean for you and the scheme you try to implement there each and every day?
I mean, they're great workers. They come in there every day, and whether we put in a new wrinkle on a Monday or whether we work it all week, they always come in there with a good attitude and ready to work. And they're relentless in their effort. I mean, that's one thing I can say about being here for the time that I've been here. I never have to worry about effort. These guys lay it on the line, Monday through Sunday. So that's what I'm impressed about with these guys.
And Coach, what should we expect? Obviously, not trying to dig too deep in your schemes, but what should we expect this year to see from your offense? And obviously, there's kind of a quarterback battle, I guess you could say, this upcoming year. Because I know you lost a great quarterback last year. But what's that looking like as well?
We got 3 guys really battling for that job. They all bring something different kind of to the table, so they could all do different things. But I think you'll see some of the same stuff that we've been doing in the past. Maybe a wrinkle here or there, something that fits our guys. Maybe that last year's guys didn't do well. This group may do well. So I think we got some skilled guys that can make some things happen. I think we got 3 or 4 proven linemen that have been in the fire before. So I think that might be a little bit of a strong point for us. But I think you'll see a lot of the same stuff that you've seen, and a lot of physicality. That's what Coach Hubbert brings. When he came here, was preaching physicality, and that's what we'll do.
And it was good having you on, Coach Shell. We appreciate you, and good luck this season.
Thank you.
Well, before I ask Coach Lambert his question, I do have to congratulate him on being named the baseball coach of Tier-Mullen High School. I think Coach Hubbert and the administration hit a grand slam by promoting him. So I want to congratulate him, and I look forward to baseball season next season. But Coach Lambert, you're the defensive coordinator at Tier-Mullen High School. Just kind of going off what I asked Coach Shell, your defensive guys, how do they help you with your scheme you implement at Tier-Mullen every day?
Well, the thing that I think our guys hang their hat on is playing extremely hard, flying to the ball. We might not always be the biggest or the fastest, but we take a tremendous amount of pride in getting as many bodies around the ball as we can, being very disciplined about what we do and knowing where we fit and where we should be in whatever particular defensive scheme or play we're running at that time or stunt. And our kids, buying that a lot. They do watch. Most of our guys watch a lot of film, and they want to do the little things right. And I think that's what we hang our hat on.
And Coach Lambert, you lost a lot of guys, obviously last year defensive side of the ball. But what are you most excited about the players you have this upcoming year?
I believe we got some guys that are fast. They run to the ball well, and that they're excited to get opportunities to compete for jobs. So there's a lot of excitement out there. The competition really, I mean, these guys are real competitive. And what's fun watching them play is when you put you go what you start off with, maybe I guess you would call your group, your first group, which we really don't have one because we're working a lot of guys, and then you put your second group in. There's not a ton of drop off. Those guys are really competing. They're getting after it, and they will all want jobs. So really, you have what you would call ones and twos, but really we don't. We got a lot of guys that are fighting for spots, and that's good because you're going to need that depth. And so having those guys ready to play and focused on competing will make us better all around.
And Coach, what is your message to the T.R. Miller fans watching about this upcoming year?
Well, I'm sure they'll come out and support. We always get great support, and there's high expectation always for this team, and rightfully so. I think these guys can accomplish some great things, and we just want as coaches to help them reach their full potential. And I think they have a lot of potential to do some good things, and I think these fans will be pleasantly surprised by what they see from these guys.
And Coach Lambert, it is a joy to have you on tonight. And again, I want to reiterate what Michael Floyd said, but congrats again on being named the new head coach for the baseball program. And like Michael said, there's no better man for the job, we think.
Thank you.
We got Coach Maddox and Coach Carpenter right here.
And Coach Maddox,
okay, you got it, Andrew. Go ahead.
I want to start this one off. I'm going to forget if I don't say it. But Coach Maddox, you're coming from Excel. Last year, your first year at T.R. Miller. How was that transition from Excel, kind of a smaller town, I guess you can say a smaller, Friday night atmosphere, coming from there to T.R. Miller?
Right. Well, it was obviously a change, big change. I was at Excel for 9 years, and I think every coach at some point in their career becomes complacent where they are and the development of themselves as a coach. So when the opportunity, when T.R. Miller came available and the opportunity presented itself to me, it was a no-brainer for me to want to surround myself with great coaches, to push myself to become a better coach for my longevity. And then also the community here. When I interviewed here at T.R. Miller, they asked me what was the main reason for coming to T.R. Miller. I told them it was really easy. The academics here are fantastic. You got an absolutely unbelievable athletic program here at T.R. Miller, and the community is awesome to be a part of and work with everybody. But like these other guys said before me, coming to here at T.R. Miller, these kids, they love each other. They love this community. They love the schools. They love the coaches. They work really hard at everything they do, and pride kicks in. And like all the guys said before, the number one goal of everybody is obviously a state championship, and I think they're hungry for it. And it motivates us as coaches to work hard for them, like Coach Lambert said, and push the kids hard.
Coach, you already answered my question. I guess I have to ask you this one. So the position you coach for the football team, what players that you coach stand out and are ready to make an impact for this upcoming season?
Okay. Well, obviously, one of the players returning from last year was Miles Johnson. Obviously, a good-looking kid. He's going to be a 10th grader this year. He's about 6 foot, about 200 pounds, maybe a little more. A freak of an athlete, just gets after it. And then a new guy rolled down from safety this year that you've already met with Sam Kelly. Sam gets after it really hard. He does the little things the right way. He cares about it. He cares about his teammates. He communicates, and he's a headhunter out there. He'll just go find the ball and he'll hit you.
And Coach Maddox, it is. I haven't really met you in person, but I guarantee I will. And like you've noticed, once people are T.R. Miller Tiger, sticks with them. You can see it with me and Michael for sure. And whether we go, wherever our road takes us through life, we always end up back at T.R. Miller, back where it all started, being there on Friday nights. What have you noticed from just the alumni support that from the people you've met? What has that meant to you to seeing that in the program?
Right. Well, that means a lot because, like I said, come from a small town. Excel is it's a small atmosphere. And Excel was great for me. They support you in Excel. But like I said, in Bruton, the whole town basically shuts down. You see folks in Walmart, they'll talk to you. They know you by name that you've never met before. Just being part of this program, this coaching staff. Like I said, the community is extremely supportive of everything that we do. Anything that you ask anybody for help, they'll bend over backwards and help you. Friday nights are out of control here with the fans, and it's just basically standing room only. It's an unbelievable atmosphere to be a part of every Friday night. Nothing like I've ever experienced before.
And Coach Maddox, again, we enjoyed having you on tonight and look forward to seeing what all the success that you bring to TR Miller this year.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
And now we're talking to the best Spanish teacher in all of the state. Coach Carpenter, I took Spanish last year, and I just did not do very well in it. And I don't know if it was because you weren't my instructor. I don't know what the case was, but you're really good at, how should I say this? Hola, senor.
Gracias, es un gusto hablar con ustedes esta noche.
See, I have no idea what he just said, but Coach Carpenter, we're really glad. We're really glad to have you on, Coach Carpenter. You know, when I was at TR Miller, you know, your intensity for the game and it's still the same. What drives you to coach such up the D-line? What drives you each and every day when you come get ready to coach for these kids?
I think a lot of the coaches on this staff, a lot of us have been very fortunate to have either played and or coached on a state championship team. And like Coach Hubbert said here at Miller, the expectation is every year to come away with that. And I think that's one thing that fuels our staff. You can hear these kids talk about how important it is for them to work on their individual positions. And I think that what makes them such a great team and us a great staff and working together on that and the community as well. And Bodie Hardy is one of my guys on the D-line. And, you know, I think that's one reason I push myself as a coach. And he works so hard, he plays bigger than he is. It's a pleasure talking to you.
There we go.
Thought it was my end again. I got scared. But Coach Carpenter, obviously, I've known you for a few years now. You're one of my favorite coaches by far on the staff. Just getting to know you. But I want to ask a question from the comment section from Coach Wendell, and he wants to know how that offensive line and defensive line is looking this year.
They're working really hard. They, like Coach said, we went against Clark County yesterday and 7-on-7 OTAs, and they got after it. We got a lot of kids that are fighting for positions to get in there, and the ones we had from last year, they're working hard to keep theirs. And so we've been really proud of them stepping up to the challenge of filling in some spots.
And Coach Brandon Williams, question for you. He said to ask you if you've left your class alone to make it a pregame meal again.
Have you left your class alone to make a pregame meal again later?
No, it's been a few years, Brandon.
And Coach, that kind of leads to the next question. Obviously, there's always change in high school sports. You have coaches going to take head coaching jobs, coaches leaving to go to bigger schools. But obviously, Coach Williams is a prime example of that. You're always going to have coaches that have your back, no matter what, no matter where they are, no matter if they're a rival, things like that. What does that support mean to you? Because I know you've been in coaching, you know, a long time now. And what does that mean to you just to have your ex-colleagues still there supporting you and having words of encouragement?
Oh, that's great. I love Coach Williams. And we texted not too long ago, and we text each other every Friday during the season, wish each other good luck, along with other coaches I've coached with, and I know these guys do as well. And you know, that camaraderie, those memories, it means a lot to us. Those relationships.
And Coach, before I let you go and I let Michael take over, what is one of the team goals you think that will surprise a lot of these fans this upcoming year?
You know, I think our main goal is to take each opponent each week, at 1 week at a time, and, you know, just win that week. And, you know, hopefully we match up to the expectations of the school and the student body and the alumni. We know how important it is to them, and it's important to us. So.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, coaches. Thank you, players. This is a great group of players, a great group of coaches. We're going to take a quick water break, and when we come back, we're going to discuss the schedule for the Tigers this upcoming season. You're watching South Alabama Sports. Tiger Talk continues in a moment.
And we are back here with Coach Brent Hubbert and the T.R. Miller football team. We have a few of the seniors in here. But, Coach, let's dig right into it and go over this schedule that we have for the upcoming season and talk about the way the new region sets up as well.
All right. You want me to start? You going to ask, or you want me to go through it right now?
Oh, let's go through it.
All right. We play Hillcrest week 1. The rest of them I hadn't looked at. Not worried about. Just joking. That's Coach speak.
That's my type of coach right there. That's my type of coach.
Honestly, we do talk to our kids about that. And I've watched the other guys come on and they start telling you who they're going to beat and what week and how they're going to do it. And this cat's recruiting, that cat's, you know, we got to worry about T.R. Miller. That's a tough schedule. We're going to play tough teams out of region if we can to try to prepare us. If we're fortunate enough to get into playoffs to make a run. And, you know, hopefully down the stretch that helps us. Hillcrest, everybody knows it's a tough opponent, very athletic. Coach Dean does a really good job schematically. And, you know, we got to go back there again. And that's a big rival right here on 31. So, you know, that's a big game. UMS Wright, we thought we've had some opportunities the last 2 years. We put them on the schedule as a measuring stick midway through the season. It just moved up a little bit early. I guess we'll get measured early. You know, obviously everybody knows UMS Wright. We want to measure ourselves and see where we stand with one of the best programs in the state of Alabama. Wilcox Central, really, again, we don't know a whole lot about some of these guys. That'll be our first home game of the season. And it's a region game. That's going to be a big one to get, regardless of how the first 2 weeks go, because you want to start off in the region 1-0. So that's going to be a tough one for us to take care of. Then, obviously, y'all made a big deal out of the Jackson game. That's the next one. You know, we're going to play the football game, and we'll see what happens. We talked to our kids today, just like, you know, you've heard them talk. We want to have a relentless effort. We want to have a great attitude when we go about it, play football, and be in great shape. And then when the game's close to being finished, we have a chance to win it, or either we're winning. And we've done that the last 3 years, and just put ourselves in a position to have a chance to win the game, and we hope to do that each week. Orange Beach is another one, new head coach, got a lot of state championships, known all over the state, future Hall of Famer. You know, they're going to have a great program. He's going to do things the right way, and that's going to be another tough game. Open, if we lose that one, we're all getting for sale signs in our yard. Bayside's next. You know, that's going to be a big game. We're very similar in athleticism. We're very similar in our styles of coaching. Our kids seem to be a lot alike the years that I've been here when we go on the field and play. Both teams play with a lot of tenacity, and they're real smart and intelligent on the things that they do on the field. Don't make a lot of mistakes and try not to beat yourself. So we know what type of game that's going to be. Obviously, at Escambia County, it's going to be a little bit bigger game for us with Coach Harris. You know, he's going to have those troops rallied up, and, you know, it's going to be big for us. And, you know, that's another region game. So it's both of those guys, Bayside and Escambia County, are region. Satsuma, you know, talking about week 8 of the season, and I know nothing about them. So hopefully before week 8, we know where we sit, know a little bit about them. And we'll get ready to play that game. It's another home game. Or away game, and then we come back for a home game with St. Michael's. You have a, you know, NFL head coach. Everybody wants to play for an NFL quarterback. So, you know, we watched them. We saw them on film last year a little bit. You know, I think they're pretty confident moving down into 4A, into this region, moving from the region they were in. So I know they're going to be playing with a lot of confidence. Entire season. So, you know, a lot of stuff's going to happen before that game even gets here. And then the Battle of Murder Creek will be huge, as it always is. And, you know, we got it at home, so that's big and good for us.
And Coach Hubbert, I just want to mention this. So we made the Jackson game a big deal. Obviously, Coach Flo, he had some word to say about DJ and his leg size and everything like that. But DJ kind of made it a big deal, and I wish he was on it so I could ask him about it. He actually screenshotted the clip and posted it on his social media, and he said, "You better recognize." And he said, "This game, I'm going to turn up." So that's why I'm making a big deal about it. He called out DJ a little bit and said he wasn't much of a tailback. So we got to hype it up a little bit and sell some tickets.
Oh yeah, well they laughed in track. They had a kid just tell me straight up that we sucked and it wasn't going to be close anyway. So we're excited. I mean, when it gets here, we'll play the ball game. We'll see how it pans out.
That's right. That's right.
So, Coach, every team's goal is to win a state championship and this year get to Auburn. But like you said, you're going to take it one game at a time. But starting here in the summer, what do you look to accomplish to get your guys ready for that first game against Hillcrest?
Well, just like I just said a while ago, we want to continue to condition ourselves. We want to be where we can make the fewest mistakes possible early in the season. Obviously, it's hotter at that time. We want to limit those mistakes, keep ourselves in a position to win the game, and the team in good shape. A lot of times, if he's in a position to win it late, he's going to have a better chance. These kids right here, coaches have talked about it. These kids have talked about relentless effort. They're going to give that. They got heart of champions, and they talk about winning a state championship. But when I see them, Adam had a great answer. He's not going to want to take the uniform off for the last time. Well, what they really kind of, I think they're thinking about is they don't want to walk out of this dressing room and not have the camaraderie and the relationship and all the fun stuff that goes along with being up here and hanging out and being with your friends and things like that. The Friday night atmosphere, and that's big in Brewton, Alabama, and it's big for T.R. Miller. And, so we want to position ourselves to make that last as long as it can last each season.
And, Coach, we're going to wrap up here. But, again, we enjoyed having you on. Look forward to covering you guys this season. Obviously, me and Michael are TM Miller guys, so we'll probably be up there a little bit more than we are at other schools. But we're excited about, what this season will bring. And we know the talent level that is returning to TR Miller. We know what the players expect, what the program really stands for. But, again, we're excited about covering you guys, having you on again, and just seeing the success y'all are going to have this season.
We appreciate it, and thank you for having us, and we appreciate the work y'all doing, especially in South Alabama. See you reaching out in other areas also. But thanks a lot.
Coach, we might have to do this again, make this another Tiger Talk special because, I love my TR Miller Tigers. I don't care what they say. I'm always picking my Tigers. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's Coach Brent Hubbert and TR Miller Tigers. Football in Brewton, Alabama, it just means a little bit more. From Andrew Etheridge, I'm Michael Floyd. We'll see you later right here on South Alabama Sports Tiger Talk.